Hey guys, it's Jen and I'm here with my next installment of my collection Disconnection series. Today I am going to focus on the idea that I got from the collection, which is, I know that Shamel said that when she designed this collection, she kind of had a thought of childhood and stories and books and stuff, so like childhood storybooks. And so I'm going to document a story about reading and how my daughter's, what my daughter's into reading right now. And so I'm going to take some of the elements, bookish elements from the collection. So I pulled just a couple of things that I think might work from the die cuts as well. There's a stack of books there, something about magic. I also have a cut file set in my shop about books, and so I pulled a couple of those as well. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but that's what I'm starting with, and I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and show you how I will create this layout.
Okay, so I'm going to start by looking through my papers, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I am thinking that I want to really play on kind of the book theme or the kind of storybook kind of thing. And as I pulled out that, there's a couple of papers that I'm pulling out here, and I noticed that a few of them had big letters on them. And so as I went along, this kind of, what I mentioned I was going to show you at the beginning, which is taking the theme of a kit and being inspired to tell a story, which I did, kind of changes and morphs into me showing you how to use a really busy patterned paper for your background. Now what I'm doing here is I went and got some, this is how I deal with busy pattern papers. I put my photos on something white or something solid or semi-solid at least. And so what I'm doing here is I wanted a notebook edge for my papers because I think that looks bookish and it just feels that way to me. And so I wanted to rip some pages out of a notebook. And so I just trimmed those down to be the size that I wanted. And now you can see that the photos are completely separated from that background, but I still see a lot of the background. And that's exactly how I deal with those kind of bold and busy pattern papers. I am going to use that stack of books, and it matches perfectly, of course, because I'm using this collection. And I went and grabbed some wax paper, and I'm going to put my title on it. And I've decided to make my title Magic Adventure. And I am going to use just the white because the background is so busy. I feel like having a title that kind of matches with the background paper that it's on top of, that white paper that I ripped out, makes it feel like it's, I don't know, it feels less busy that way. I'm using the little alphabets at the back of this eight sheet sticker book to spell take me on a, so it's going to say take me on a magic adventure. And that's what books really do, right? And so this story is about how I'm so glad that my daughter is feeling the magic of books, and I talk about what she's reading right now. So there's that little flag at the top that I pulled from the sticker sheet, and then there are a couple of other stickers I'm using. Some are from the sticker sheet and some are from that 8-sheet sticker book. And so there's a few different things. I thought it would be nice to add a word or something down to the pile of books down there. And I do find one that says, I think it says bravery or something, which reminds me of books, you know, adventure books and stuff like that. So I thought that would work there. And so I'm flipping through my 6x6 paper pad, and I thought maybe I wanted to add something more behind the photos, but I decided that I don't. I'm going to go ahead and glue down these white sheets of notebook paper, and I will ruffle them up a bit just so that they look really like notebook paper, because they are. And I had somebody ask me on my last video what adhesive I'm using, and that is a Basil XL Runner or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I don't think they make it anymore, but I got some at the American Crafts Warehouse sale, and so that's why I have it, just as an FYI. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on my title, and I want the flag to poke out right in the space next to the word magic. And I don't know if you noticed, but the word magic, I'm having it nestle between the ascenders of the letters. So the ascenders are the parts that stick up. So I'm having it nestle between the T and the D. And I'm going to have to move stuff around a little bit. These are foam words, and so they're easy to kind of morph to where I want them to be. And so I just kind of moved them around until they worked how I wanted them to. And I'm going to move the word down just a little bit. And it's not perfectly straight or anything, but I think it's okay because it's a little bit, the word adventure kind of bounces around a little, and so it's fine. And then I'm placing the red letter stickers on top. And I'm thinking about placing that banner sticker across the join of the two photos. And even though it hangs down kind of on my daughter's face, I made it so that the two banners, the part where there's a star, which goes up a little, is where her eye is, so it doesn't go over her eyes at least. So that's what I'm kind of adjusting with and playing with right now. And then I'm going to have that little black circle that says I think it says just believe, just imagine, be to the left of it. And I've put some things up on foam squares, including the stack of books. And I'm trying to see if I can get some of these little word strip stickers in another place on the layout. I have the word bravery down on the books, but I thought maybe I should put something else. And I will end up not finding a space for them. But I pulled that little piece of it's kind of like washi tape out of the sticker book, and I put it at the top of the papers. And now I'm sprinkling around some of these black stars. There were 3 gold ones and 3 black ones, and I used the 3 gold ones on the last layout. So I decided to use the 3 black ones on this one. And I took out my wood buttons, and I decided that that would make a nice addition to these embellishment clusters. So I usually have 3 areas of embellishment, and in this one, I kind of have 4, so unless you count the whole title area as one, which I kind of am, but there's kind of 2 embellishment clusters around the title, one to the top right of it and one to the left of it, but I think it works okay. And then the second one is across the middle of the photo and ending on the left with that Just Imagine sticker, which I'll add more there too, and then the one at the bottom with the books. And so those are kind of my places for embellishment. So those little wood buttons come with a thick foam square on the back of them, and it was just too thick. So I pulled off that foam and I just put them down with glue dots. So I'm looking through the embellishment or the die cuts to see if there's anything else that I might want to add that could go with that Just Imagine. And I found this, I think this is actually a sticker, but the camera, and I like the way that that circle looks in the center of the camera, even though it's really too big for it. I'm just going to go with it, and I kind of like it. And I decided to put my journaling right below that. Sorry for my frizzy hair right there. But I'm just using my favorite black Muji pen. I drew some lines, and I'm just writing about what my daughter's reading right now, which is the Kane Chronicles, if anybody is wondering, and how I love that she's super into it. So, and then I'll put that camera right above it. And I decided maybe I need to add in another camera somewhere else. I'm going to try those stickers again. And I thought maybe lining some up over here at the right would be a good idea, but it feels like it's too heavily embellished now. So I decided to take them off. And I'm looking for another place to put that washi tape, but it doesn't end up working. And I decide it's okay to just have the one at the top. So here where I pull out my little puffy stickers and decide that maybe some little cameras would be fun to add to each embellishment cluster, and I end up only adding one to the top, and I'm okay with it. And it's going to be that little yellow one that's there now. So I take off the others but leave the one at the top, and I like the way that looks. And now I am going to sprinkle some gold mist. Actually, before I sprinkle the gold mist, I decide that it would be fun to give a little bit of definition to this background paper. And what I'm doing is just taking a white Jelly Roll pen and I'm outlining some of the letters. And I started with the M because my daughter's name starts with an M, and then I did other letters in her name. So I did an I and an A. Her name's Malia. And then I just did a couple more where I felt like it would be balanced. And then I did the S for Schow. And so I just did a few, and it just gives it kind of a little bit of extra definition, kind of fun. So I encourage you to try something like that where you just add something to your layout. And now I'm adding that gold color shine, and that is going to complete this. I'm going to come back and talk to you in real time for just a second here.
Okay, so that's going to finish this one. I decided in the end, as you can see, to show you how to use a bold pattern as a background, and I think the key is to break it up with just some solid colored paper, so some cardstock or a really subtle print that can really break up that pattern. You can see that there's a lot of this pattern left that you can see, so it really helps you to focus on the letters, which is cool because this is about reading, which is obviously all about words. And so I encourage you to try something like that. Pick a background that is maybe a little busy or hard, you think that's hard to use, and try to use it for a background. This isn't something that I normally gravitate towards. I gravitate towards white cardstock backgrounds like I did in my video last week, but it's something fun to try if it is a little bit out of your comfort zone, or maybe this is completely within your comfort zone. So go ahead and give that a try. Try jazzing it up, or taking a pen or some sort of something to your pattern papers to give them a little bit of definition and fun. It just customizes them a little bit, makes your layout a little bit different from maybe some of the others that you see if you just add your own personal touches to it. So that is what I encourage you to do with the inspiration that you gained from this layout. Hopefully you did, and I will see you again next week with another layout using the Schow Little by Little collection. Thanks for watching.